All right, y'all. As far as my people on YouTube, you see this? You see? I want y'all to say hi to the people on the podcast. Hi to the people on the podcast, and people on the podcast, y'all say hey back. Let me go ahead and set this camera back up though. All right, hold up. All right, but anyway, right? Pretty soon, yo, listen, I'm about to, hop on to the meat on the bones. But anyway, though, right? Back to what I was saying. I hadn't quite seen Fast and Furious. I hadn't seen Fast and Furious, until that next year, when I was a freshman in high school, and I was like, you know what? For Christmas, I'm just gonna get all the Fast and Furiouses, and I'm gonna watch them. And before I got the movies, I saw the trailers, and I was like, damn, why hadn't I watched them? What the fuck am I? Okay, but anyway, nonetheless though, Fast and Furious, pretty fucking major. See You Again, pretty fucking major, and it was a good song. And bro, and yo, they played it at our graduation ceremony. Till I see you again, till I see you again. Man, listen, I don't know about the dudes. I know for sure the girls could not keep them tears back. They couldn't keep them tears back for shit. But nonetheless, though, I don't blame them. That was very emotional. Very, just very emotional. Those songs, these songs. Bro, listen, I went on, I don't quite think I went on for half an hour. I'm looking at the time and saying about 31 minutes or whatever. I don't quite know if I spent that whole time talking about those songs, but that's how, and here's the thing though, I haven't even done all of them justice, because I'm only like sort of kind of giving cliff notes to I guess the full extent of how much these songs mean to me from an emotional sense. So, and I probably answered these questions, this question before, but you know what? Fuck it. It's definitely worth answering time and time again every so often. But anyway, oh wow, shoot. I got my questions up here on another laptop. All right, I'm looking at the time. I'm trying to see a little something, because I also know that my camera can only record for so long. And I definitely, YouTube was fucking up, was fucking around. They wouldn't let me live stream, just like Spoon wouldn't let me fucking live stream on Tuesday. We not even tripping, because either way, I'm gonna get the goods. I'm gonna get the product. I'm gonna get this entertainment and these fucking gems out to y'all by any means necessary. All right, but nonetheless though, fuck, I forgot what the fuck where I was going at with the point. Oh yeah, but the camera can only record for so long, so I will have to get going. You know what? Okay. This is what I'll do. I think we'll get started. We'll cut to the chase. We'll get started on I guess a little the meat on them bones, like I said earlier. We'll get started, and if we have a little bit of time, we'll double back to the little entrees. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the topic at hand that I chose. This was a little something, right? Something that I wish I had done the Royal High Table back when I was out doing my thing in my hometown during the summer. But of course I didn't quite have the time. In sort of it's in the same sort of field as the DaBaby controversy, right? And sort of T.I. said a little something, regarding, Lil Nas X. And granted, I'm not getting on, what T.I. said, because if y'all, again, just recap, I fully agreed with what T.I. said. T.I., what he said in that quote was my stance. But even within that particular quote, I'm going to take Lil Nas X controversy, and that's what we're going to talk about. That's essentially one of the topics that I gathered information on. And I broke it down into two subtopics, right? Montero and Industry Baby, right? We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it a little bit. Montero, I didn't quite know that would... Now, I'm going to keep it a buck, right? Because I know I hadn't seen either of the music videos. I know that in Ontario, I say Montero. My apologies, Lil Nas X. I didn't mean to fuck up your name, but I do know that he was dancing. It was something by the devil, the devil up in there. And then in doing a little bit of research, I found that he's got like shoes with the pentagram on them. And I tell you this, hey, off bat, fuck them goddamn shoes. I ain't listen. I'm already picky about the shoes that I wear. Listen, outside of dress shoes, only thing I be wearing is Jordans and LeBrons, and I got one pair of Currys. But yeah, ain't no way in hell am I sporting some goddamn kicks with a motherfucking pentagram on it. Y'all got me bent, man. My name's Zachariah. I'm always gonna be connected to the Lord. I ain't got time for that shit. All right, and of course I'm cursing in that sentence that I'm talking to the Lord. But anyway, it's cool though, right? Or at least talking about the Lord. But yeah, I broke it up into those two subtopics. Let's go ahead and get into it though. As far as Montero, oh yeah, now okay, that's what I was going with. I did not know that was his name. I thought for a moment that was the name of like a malevolent like spirit, like, sort of kind of like how, there's, angels of course have names and all that other sort of jazz. I thought that this was like a name of like, the polar opposite of an angel. So I was like, oh shit, damn, Lil Nas X, you really went in with the title. Like you got it from the title to the name or whatever. Did not quite know that was his real name. But the source that I used is The Guardian, right? And I basically took some quotes, but from what basically, the information that I gathered, one particular quote or, one thing that Lil Nas said, I have another one, but he said, I know we promised to never, and I have to preface this. This was in a letter that he wrote to himself, and I think, and just because I'm into like the artist, the creation and workings of like the I guess the artist, like all of what goes on into creating the art. So this was in a letter that he wrote to himself, and I was like, damn, okay, you know what, this really means something to him. I can respect and appreciate it. I know we promised to never be that type of gay person. I know we promised to die with the secret, but this will open doors for many other queer people to simply exist. All right, Paul. I'm not gonna give my thoughts on stuff just yet. I'm just gonna get out the information and then I'll break it down and then I'll get to it, piece by piece. And then he also said, you see, this is very scary for me. People will be angry. They will say I'm pushing an agenda, but the truth is I am. The agenda to make people stay the fuck out of other people's lives and stop dictating who they are. Okay? All right. And then I put public reaction of interest number 1. This isn't the only way that the public reacted, but this is the one that I took notice of. Disapprobation from the conservative politicians and commentators, right? So we have criticism from Candace Owens, which really isn't surprising, seeing that as, I don't quite know the whole story between Candace Owens and Cardi B. I don't know, we might mess around and cover that at some point. But nonetheless though, seeing it as Candace Owens, I said Candace Owens. Candace Owens already got into it with Cardi B. It doesn't surprise me that she got into it with another, another artist. Especially seeing it as I know that Cardi B's like she's a Democrat, and I'm pretty sure socialist because she did some shit with Bernie Sanders, like she's a supporter of Bernie Sanders or whatever. But anyway, right? So seeing it like taking that into account, and then this right here, what Lil Nas is doing isn't quite conservative. In fact, it's probably on the left side. So yeah, it doesn't quite surprise me. And then not only that, we have Christy Noem, and for those who don't know, that is the South Dakota governor. Now, granted, like I don't have what they specifically said. I just have like they gave their criticisms on Twitter, and then I put and others because there of course are others who are saying stuff. There was a particular quote though from Joyner Lucas, and he said, "I think the biggest problem for me is that he don't understand Old Town Road is every kid's anthem. Children love him for that record." Okay. They tuned in and subscribed to his channels, so with no disclaimer, he dropped some left field-ish and all our kids seen it. Shaking my head, Lucas wrote in, Lucas wrote in the since deleted tweet. And then Lil Nas X reminded Lucas that despite the hit being loved by children, Old Town Road isn't exactly a clean song. Right, so essentially, I don't quite have the quote that Lil Nas said in response, but essentially, yeah, no, it was something about how he said the song is made about adultery, like codeine, lean, and adultery, right? And the questions that I have, and you guys feel free to, digging back to what we were just talking about, like I said, y'all feel free to answer the question about, if what song emotionally moved you, what songs, plural, also moved you if you have more than one. But the questions that I have for this particular topic is, what is the take on Lil Nas X's work, right? This particular work and his decision to share it. And not only that, but what are the thoughts of the criticism, right? Of course, everybody, many people may agree, many people may disagree, many people may agree but have different words. So, it's definitely worth, I guess, it's definitely worth having this discussion. It's definitely worth, putting thought and and allocating and giving words to. All right. So you guys feel free to do that, YouTube comment section, and, podcast. I don't quite all know how these platforms work, but if you guys can comment, make sure that you do that, and or if not, feel free to talk about it with your friends if you haven't already. But as far as for me, I'll take it piece by piece, right? Like, what is the take on Lil Nas X's work? I love the song, right? And here's my thing: when I heard the song, like, here's the funny thing: like, I heard the song on the radio. And I was like, fuck, damn, this is a pretty good song, Lil Nas X. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was just a one-hit wonder. I thought he was just a one-hit wonder. He only brought Old Town Road, and I was like, fuck, man, shit. I don't know. But you know what? He's got it. He's pretty fucking good. I got, definitely got to give props to him. I'm trying to think though. But I didn't quite know that this was the song that had, like, him dancing, on the devil, giving the lap dance, right? I didn't know that. But nonetheless, though, what I think of it is not. Here's my thing. It's not that I don't support it. And pause. I'm not gonna say that. Well, okay. I have to get the words together. With what I'm about to say, I'm not like, in disapproval or whatever. What I think is that he did that for a particular reason, right? And of course, he mentioned the reason, or I don't know, maybe that factors in. I just think that there's like I thought that there was like a greater message into it. I hadn't quite, connected because I haven't seen the video. I haven't connected the lyrics to the video, to what he could have meant, the different ways, even though he may have meant it this way, the different ways that there are to interpret it. I hadn't quite pieced all that together, but I didn't write that off. It didn't make me feel like, oh, what the, like, even though, and granted, I'm not overly religious and all that other sort of jazz, but it wasn't like I was like, okay, well, cancel Lil Nas X and all that other sort of shit. No, that's not that. I wasn't on that type of time. But yeah, no, I think that there's a greater message to it, and hey, for people who are able to identify, see, and pick something out of it, hey, I think that's what we should do. Now, granted, I understand why people on whoever side is saying what they saying, because at the same time, because even though I think that there's an intended message behind it, at the same time I don't. And Lil Nas, hey, you do your shit. Montero, you do your shit, but I ain't quite doing. I don't. Hey, it's all holy over here. I don't know about all that shit. Now, hey, I don't quite know. I don't quite know. But anyway, let me scroll back up though. Right, though that's my thought for just the work. But he said, I know that again the first quote saying that he initially he wasn't really even trying to be the person who's like outspoken about his sexuality, but nonetheless though he says that there's a greater significance behind it, right? Basically him taking these steps essentially assists not just just assists that entire community. It helps them, whether one may think it's a little step or it's a major freaking leap. Nonetheless, it definitely does help. And you guys pardon me because I'm out here freaking clearing my throat and all that other sort of jazz. I got to get a little bit of water. All right, we should be good though. But yeah, that's definitely I'm not against that. I think it's needed. Not only that, this just comes with the territory if you're setting trends. So and for people who want to set trends, people who speak of setting trends and doing new stuff or whatnot, this reaction, right? There are many different examples in the past, and I think for us the current generations and all that, we're used to learning about the past and learning how they set trends and all that other sort of shit. This right here is one of those trend setting acts within our current time, and people, I guess you gotta see it as that. It may be a number of other different things, but you have to see and recognize it as that. All right. What else though? It says, you see, this is very scary. People will be angry. Yeah. As far as the second quote that I mentioned, yeah, I also concur with what he said, especially the part of people quote unquote need to stay the fuck out of other people's lives and stop dictating who they should be. I typed out a little bit in my notes for the last Royal High Table discussion. People have this undeniable and I say undeniable not as in it can't be of course undeniable, it can't be ignored and all that other sort of jazz. I mean in the sense of people can't stop doing this even if they tried. If they absolutely tried, I don't quite know if they tried their best, but if they gave effort, they may fail in the process of giving some sort of, I don't know, just allocating thought, trying to dole out control, or I don't know, rules, regulations, policies, whether albeit socially, people just can't get out of that. People can't. people can't. Everybody loves you, and it's funny, right? I told, I said, we're all kings and queens in our own rights or whatnot. I guess we could sort of kind of tie it back in because, I mean, leaders of empires or whatever, they do have subjects. So I don't know, people have that part, the taking control and doling out control and regulations or whatever to intended subjects, even though they may not be subjects. People got that part down pat. They have that mastered a lot better than a shit. We probably don't need no help with that, but oh Lord, yeah. Lil Nas X ain't lying with that. I think he got that one. As far as I remember I was talking with myself about this with Joyner Lucas. I am not too like, I've heard songs of him. I know Joyner Lucas he's a freaking a bomb ass rapper, bomb ass musician, the whole nine. But he said something like, it basically, I don't know, is basically like, kids are listening to this and all that other sort of jazz, and I don't know, it's like a bad precedent. But it's sort of kind of the mere fact that he's like, he and Lil Nas X are the same, and let me rephrase this, right? Like, not as in they're the same, they do the same thing, like they're both artists, they're both rappers, right? So I tell you this, I granted I am not up to date, I'm not up to speed with every single Joyner Lucas song, but just as Lil Nas X has Old Town Road, Joyner Lucas has shit like that, he's got songs also. Well, I don't quite know about adultery. He's got some shit about drugs. It ain't all gospel rap with my fault, and my fault, y'all, because I definitely spat a little bit. It ain't all gospel rap over there with Joyner Lucas. In fact, I don't even think it's gospel rap at all. I don't know if any gospel rap over there, right? So I don't know. It sort of kind of seemed like the pot calling the kettle black, although I don't quite know Joyner Lucas to have any songs that's well popular amongst kids and children. I don't quite know about that. But it was just like, you got some of the same shit. Like, you got some of the same stuff. Now, probably what may be a difference is Lil Nas X be singing, you be rapping more. But that's a difference. But nonetheless, I don't know. Y'all sort of kind of have some of the same stuff. So that was a little. That one, like that quote. I understand. Definitely what he said. He's not wrong with that. But it's just like it's like it caused the pause. It's like, wait, what? Like, your music isn't the cleanest and all that other sort of jazz. I don't know what it is now, but I know how you can get on or not make. I know how you can get on the beat. I know how you did get on the beat. So yeah, I'm not too sure about all that. But anyway, though, let's keep it going. Cause the subtopic. Hold up, y'all. Let me double check. Hold up. Let me double check. Let me see how much time I got on the camera. Shit, yeah. My camera might go out in about, well, not might, it's definitely gonna go out in about like 8 minutes or so. So, oh, cool, YouTube, we're gonna keep it going, right? But anyway, the subtopic 2, of course, I said industry baby. Now, for y'all who tuned in to the previous episode that, was done Tuesday, y'all already know off the bat, it's not even a what's your take on the particular work. I haven't seen the video, as I made note on Tuesday. But industry, I'm about to play this shit. I'm about to play this shit, y'all. I'm about to play this shit. I'm about to fucking play this shit. Couple rats say. That's a fact, ayy. Oh, my fault, I fucked up the lyrics. I ain't lost since I began, yeah. Okay. Before I get too far into the song, all right. But yeah, let's just say I call me biased, but ain't no, bro. Listen, Lil Nas X did his fucking thing. Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow, they fucking killed that shit. That is a masterpiece. I told y'all that's one of the best things to come from the fucking summer. All right. So off the bat, I'm gonna throw that shit out there. All right. But anyway, there is some other stuff that we could get into. It said, oh, okay. All right. Oh yeah, and the information basically that I got or oh wow, the quotes that I took came from Dazed Digital. No, DazedDigital.com. All right. And what I will say is, there was a quote from a random Twitter user. I'm gonna get into that last. I'm gonna get to what Lil Nas X had to say, because I agree, but like, just, I guess, ahead of time, I agree with what Lil Nas X said. I also think, and although Lil Nas's response to the Twitter user, it also made sense. What I think, as I was reading it, what this particular user said, it was so hot. And what I mean by hot, I don't mean by like hot as in, oh, it's attractive or anything. I mean I mean it's in like, yo, this shit, this like, bro, this like, there's substance to this. I don't quite know, like, maybe like this may not be fully applicable or applicable at all to Lil Nas X's specific situation, but like, I don't know, there's something here. That's what I'll say, but I'll get to that, right? I'll get to the quotes. Let me get to what Lil Nas X had to say. He said, many, if not all of these artists had to hide their sexuality for a majority of their career. Now, granted, I don't know which fucking artist he's talking about. I don't know which one he's talking about. But shit, I'm not saying that he's wrong. Okay. Let me get into the full quote. Many, if not all of these artists had to hide their sexuality for a majority of their career. You seem to only respect gay artists when the gay part is tucked away. You don't like me because I embrace my sexuality instead of hiding it and never speaking on it for your comfort. Okay. On a serious note, I know the pain that incarceration. Okay. Matter of fact, this is it's of course in relation to industry, baby, but I'll get to that. As far as this particular quote, like, Lil Nas X, he ain't wrong. He's not wrong. The only thing that I might have contested on is, like, I don't know what freaking, especially like the artists that are like coming out and popping now. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the not saying that there aren't any, but it's like, God, okay, who's tucking away their sexuality? Because the males, they rapping about they okay, my fault. Okay. I have to make a conscious decision. Am I gonna go through it? Am I gonna use okay, fuck it. No, I'm putting too much thought into it. No, I'm going with what I was about to say, right? As far as the males, of course, they rapping about, drugs, money, but of course, fucking women, right? Okay, so cool. I don't quite know. There ain't no hiding of the sexuality there. That's right there. As far as women, of course, shaking that ass and I don't. Some of them, of course, lesbian activities. Some of them, of course, do this on the dick and all that other sort of jazz. Okay, cool, right? All these other sexual activities. I don't quite know. I don't know about I don't know about, I don't know, maybe for the artists of the past, but even then, I don't know. That's the only thing that I might contest. I said might. That's the only thing that I'm contesting. But as far as this next quote, he says, on a serious note, I know the pain that incarceration brings to a family and the disproportionate impact that cash bail has on the black community. All right. He writes oh yeah. Okay. And then, keep it going. He says, that's why I teamed up with Bail Project to create the Bail X Fund. Let's bring people home. Okay. Yeah. Nonetheless, I can't. Not only that, pause. Of course, we know that the in the music video, of course, is connections or whatever. He's in a prison, and then the I guess what do I want to say? Not the donation effort, but the what is it? The charitable efforts to help people who are actually in those positions. Actually, in that sort of trouble. I can't nobody really, you can't get on that. That's only commendable. What I will get to this one when I read it, like I said, it sounded. I was like, damn, like, bro, I don't, okay. Like, there might be a good reason for this, but I tell you one thing, there is a greater significance. Like, this might apply to artists, this might apply to something even greater beyond, just Lil Nas X, the individual, right? But this one person says, white corporate music execs funded a music